Hello guys and welcome back. Today we are going to cover some theories about the first Vault Hunter, broken down by jolts from the Borderlands 3 cover, from some Morse code on the side of the bandit. There are a ton of great ideas coming from the community, so let's break it all down and some of the more popular ones. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Hayder, and with that, let's get right into it. First, let's talk about exactly what it says. When translated, it says, quote, "Where is the first Vault Hunter?" Not who is the first Vault Hunter, which for a lot of people implies that we might already know this character, or at least have ran into them at some point throughout the story. Because if we didn't know who they are, the more reasonable question would be, who is the first Vault Hunter? So it definitely implies that it's probably someone we know, but now it's just the question of where are they? I want to quickly mention why we want to find the first Vault Hunter. I think it's because we might be trying to open a vault that has already been opened by this, quote, first Vault Hunter, and they still might have the vault key or have some knowledge, which would explain why we need them. We do know we're going to Promethea, which is where Atlas first found the very first vault, so it's potential that the first Vault Hunter could have opened it and closed it. They could have been there with Atlas, a lot of different theories, and it's way more important than just knowing who they are, but it could be because they have something we need or some knowledge we need. With that out of the way, let's get into who the characters could be. So by far the most popular theory for who the first Vault Hunter might be is Tanis. She is one of the first characters on Pandora who gets concrete knowledge about the vaults, further than just myths and stories. She was put on Pandora by Dahl to uncover what they could about vaults. But when they pulled their funding for the project, Tanis could not let the idea of vaults go, which is why she started to work with the Vault Hunters in Borderlands 1. On top of that, Tanis has been heavily teased as being an important story figure in Borderlands 3, most notably by the Battleborn Easter egg, and even in the trailers we've gotten so far, we see her opening the vault key with the Vault Hunters, so she's definitely going to be prominent. So we are being told not to trust her and to not open the vault, so people see these as a connection, and that she could be the first Vault Hunter and knows more than what she's letting on. Now for me, I don't find this one too likely, just because she was put on Pandora by Dahl. Dahl wasn't the first people to start hunting for vaults, and as the games go on, Tanis learns more about it as we do. So for that one, it doesn't make too much sense for me. But speaking of Atlas, on the flip side, we know Atlas found what we assume to be the first vault on Promethea before the events of Borderlands 1. And that's where Atlas first found the Iridian technology, and where Roland served for them as well. So for me, this takes Tanis out of the running as the first Vault Hunter. But if the first vault was opened on Promethea, I would say the next most popular theory is that the first Vault Hunter could be Commandant Steele. The reason she could be is she worked for Atlas, hunting vaults, and between speculating that Promethea had the first vault that was opened, and we know we're visiting Promethea in Borderlands 3, plus knowing that Steele is a siren, it just all kind of comes together, which makes a pretty solid conclusion that she actually might be the first Vault Hunter. She's one of the most interesting fan favorite characters people have been wanting to see more about. We never even officially saw her siren powers, but we do know sirens have a special connection with Iridians and vaults. So it's possible Steele had her own motives for working with Atlas to hunt these vaults and had a bigger past than she originally let on and knew more than she said. Continuing down the list, just the most popular, my personal favorite theory is the idea that Tareen, the sister in the Calypso twins, is the first Vault Hunter. Her siren powers seem way stronger than anything we've seen before, and I made a video, another theory, covering why we haven't seen the Calypso twins yet, and if they might have been locked in a vault during their vault hunting. And you guys came up with so many great theories once we got this code and how they connected to the vaults, that maybe Tareen has a deeper understanding of sirens and their powers because of the research and work she's done. And this Morse code, where's the first Vault Hunter, could be linked to why we originally seek out Tareen thinking that she might be an ally, but then she turns on us once we learn more, and she knows more than she lets on. Yeah, so for me, that's my personal favorite. You guys should go check out that video, and there were a lot of great comments down as well. And the last theory is that this is somehow connected with the other side of Morse code, which asks the question, who's the destroyer? Which brings up the idea that this destroyer might have been a person at one point who was hunting vaults. And similar to how Jack found knowledge in the pre-sequel, this vault contained power, which turned who found it originally into a monster and was forced back in the vault by the Iridians and kept there until Mordecai, Lilith, and Brick and Roland released it in Borderlands 1. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this theory because for me personally, I think the Destroyer is a little bit played out at this point. It's been the focus for 2 games, basically with Borderlands 1 and the pre-sequel, so I'd be fine if it was mentioned and teased, but definitely the background or just set the stage for new things to see and new vault monsters and new information. One last thing I'll mention is it could be any of the characters we haven't seen yet in the Mask of Mayhem trailer. There were still a ton that we haven't seen or heard from, so it's possible Gearbox teased them but doesn't want to show anything yet. But that's where I'm going to end this video. Obviously there are hundreds of possibilities and hopefully we can get some more information from the gameplay reveal on May 1st. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and share this video, subscribe for all things Borderlands, and I will see you guys in the next one.